Up for debate tonight, we talk about the Super Bowl. That's right, the big game. And we're not just talking about players or coaches or touchdowns. No, we're talking about weird prop bets. That's right, all the things you can put your hard-earned cash down on, the outcomes. Such things as, what color Gatorade do they dump on the winning coach? Will Peyton Manning retire at the end of the game? What will be Cam Newton's first touchdown dance? And will an earthquake interrupt play? All those things have odds. We're going to make our picks. Find out what they are. Coming up right now on Up for Debate. This is Up for Debate, episode number 43, recorded February 4th, 2016. Super Bowl Extravaganza. Hello, everybody, and welcome to this episode of Up for Debate, the podcast that will score all the touchdowns in the end zones. I'm Sean Jenks, joined as always by the honorary captain of this team, Matt Mariani. What's going on, Matt?
I don't know. I don't know if I want to be honorary captain, Mr. Sean. I think I want to be one of those Hall of Famers.
First ballot Hall of Famer, Matt Mariani.
That kind of walks out after 30 years of retirement, and he comes out for the ceremonial.
With the cool jacket?
The gold
jacket. The gold jacket, yeah.
It's pretty swag.
See, Matt, now...
That's what I would be.
It's kind of sad, because football has a gold jacket. Golf only has a green jacket.
Yeah.
Which would you rather have?
I think I look pretty good in either one.
And then if you get into the New England Patriots Hall of Fame, you get a red jacket.
Really?
Yeah, which is pretty fly.
The red jacket?
The red jacket. I don't know about other teams.
If you get on the professional squad for the Ohio Bumblebees, you get a yellow jacket.
You get a yellow jacket. Hey, I saw what you did there. Too smart for your own good. Yeah,
probably should have picked a place with the letter B.
Yeah.
How about the
Baltimore? The
Baltimore Bumblebees.
Baltimore Bumblebees.
Baltimore Bumblebees.
You know, it's funny.
The Berkshire Bumblebees.
A fun fact about Baltimore, Baltimore, of course, famously lost the Colts. They moved to Indianapolis. But before the Baltimore Ravens were established in that period where Baltimore didn't have a team, actually, they only had a USFL team. They had proposed NFL teams, and one of them was going to be the Baltimore Bombers because of bombers that were built there during the war.
I had heard that, yes.
Doesn't really matter.
I think I would have rather had the Bumblebees.
And did you know that Baltimore had a Canadian Football League franchise for a short period of time?
No, I didn't know that.
Yes, during their ill-fated expansion into the United States. They actually had... I don't know what the final number was. It was a very small. It was like 2 or 4 teams, but they saw Baltimore as a place because they didn't have a team to open one.
Now, see, I would have picked Buffalo because that's fairly close to Canada.
I agree. And if
you probably would have had some actual fans there.
Yeah,
Maine would have been another place. There's not really enough.
Portland
of a market. Washington.
Well, they've got Seattle.
Yeah, Seattle. Well, they could have had an expansion team.
Yeah, that was the problem with a lot of the USFL teams as they were in. But I guess most of the good cities are taken, right? I mean, what good city left?
Sioux Falls. No, that's Iowa.
Well, I know the big couple the NFL pushes.
Grand Rapids.
There's Grand Rapids, Portland, Oregon.
Portland.
There's Las Vegas, of course. San Antonio is often mentioned in terms of getting an NFL team, though it would be the third in Texas.
Fargo. North Dakota.
How big is Fargo? I don't know if they've got a big football.
Fargo.
Yeah, God, we're such nerds, such sports nerds. But we're gonna talk about Super Bowl. Matt, are you a big fan of the Super Bowl?
I am a big fan of the Super Bowl.
Why are you a big fan of the Super Bowl?
Fair enough. I think everybody is. I mean, most people are. Even if you're not a football fan, I think you enjoy the commercials. You enjoy the event. It's really a holiday, isn't it? It's kind of
Why do they do it on Sunday?
Holiday.
Why do they do it on Sunday?
Better question, why do we have to go to work on Monday?
It's crazy. I read an interesting article. It's on the West Coast this year, which it hasn't been for quite a while. And there was a lot of debate about why they're still starting kickoff so late, which it's something like, I'm going to guess, I think it's like 7 o'clock Eastern. But that would make it... they said, why don't they push it earlier because it's on the West Coast? Yeah, and do it in the afternoon. So if you're on the West Coast, it's really early and you can still have evening plans. And if you're on the East Coast, it ends by, 9 instead of midnight. Matt?
Right.
Right.
Hmm.
Okay, don't overthink that.
I'm
Please.
here.
Please don't overthink that. Anyway, yes, the Super Bowl this year, we've got, as I mentioned, the Denver Broncos and the Panthers of Carolina. Matt, quick trivia for you. Can you name the 4 NFL teams that have never been to a Super Bowl?
The 4 teams that have never been to a Super Bowl?
Yep.
I can try. Well, first off, you got to mention what a question. Well, Houston Texans?
Yep.
Okay. I didn't know there were 4. I thought there were fewer. But Houston Texans,
Yep.
Detroit Lions?
Yeah, that's very good. That was the one I couldn't get because you would have thought of these teams. They would have. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I just remember when they were in the playoffs a while back,
That's what
there was a lot of
talking
talk about them never being in a Super Bowl. The Bucks? Tampa Bay Bucks?
No, they won a Super Bowl.
They won a Super Bowl.
Yeah, that one weird year, what was it, 03?
Oh, yeah, they did, yeah.
Where they were just suddenly good for 1 year and then never good again.
Yeah.
That was weird.
Yes, yeah, I remember now. Have the Falcons ever won a Super Bowl?
I don't know if they've won. They've been.
They've been to one. Okay, so we're just saying the ones that have not.
And I'll give you a hint. If you think of the reason why the Texans have never been to one is the same reason another team has never been to one.
That they're new? Fairly new? Not the Titans.
Who joined the NFL at the same time as the Texans?
Oh, I know this one. Could it be the Jacksonville Jaguars?
That is correct, yes. And there's one more team,
that was the obvious one. I was saving that one for the end.
Yeah, just so you could sneak it in. And the last one is a perennial NFL loser.
A perennial loser?
Well, no, I meant an all-time loser.
Yeah.
When you think of terrible NFL teams, this is...
The losingest losers.
You bet. Real stinkers.
I don't know. The Chargers?
No, they went to a Super Bowl. No, you're looking for the team that just let go of Johnny Football.
Oh, the Cleveland Browns.
Cleveland Browns. That's
See,
right.
they're so bad. I forgot they were.
I'm sure you're not the only person to do that.
I thought maybe they joined the Canadian League.
No, maybe they should, or like Pee Wee football, flag football, maybe.
Yeah.
Yes, no, they're awful.
Okay. We got those teams down.
But there you go, 4 teams. But a lot of other teams have been Super Bowl, Matt. Are the annual event. I'm a big fan. I you know me. I love spectacle, especially television spectacle.
You are a spectacle.
I was so jazzed to sit and watch the primary, the caucus results coming in on CNN because I just love, where they've got the cameras in people's faces live, like count the votes in front of us so we can see what you're doing, kind of BS. I love spectacle, so I love the Super Bowl, the commercials and the halftime show and all that. But you pitched this idea, and I loved this idea. Weird Super Bowl prop bets. Now, if you ask the NFL, they would say, don't bet on things. They're not big fans of gambling. But why just bet on the outcome of the game?
At least not out loud.
No. Oh, God, no. They're not like the NBA, who's like, no, go nuts. Place any money you want. But what's great about the Super Bowl is you don't have to just bet on the winners and losers, Matt. I don't know who did you have a pick for who you think's going to win the Super Bowl?
Yeah, I have a prediction.
Yeah. Are you bold enough to share it?
My prediction is I have Denver winning.
You have Denver winning?
I have Denver winning.
You want to put a spread on that?
I had a score. Wait, let me think of it. 24-18 is my final.
24-18. All right.
So Denver 24, Carolina 18.
This is good. Now, I'm going to disagree, and I've got Carolina winning, and I've got Carolina winning 34 to 15 is my prediction.
Okay.
I think they're going to put up more points on the Broncos, a repeat of when they met the Seahawks the last time. But beyond the score, beyond the winner, great thing about the Super Bowl is you can bet on anything. They're called prop bets, and what that means is they're weird, and weird people take these bets, and they have odds. And we're going to go through, and we're going to make our picks, and we're going to discuss them and kind of argue back and forth why we think it's one thing or the other. And I think we should start with what I would call the original Super Bowl prop bet. This was the first one I ever heard of. This is kind of the classic all-time weird Super Bowl prop bet, and that would be, how long will it take to sing the national anthem? This year, Lady Gaga will be singing it. Vegas has placed the odds, the over-under at 2 minutes and 14 and a half seconds. All right. If you take the under and think she will do it shorter, you've got a 4 to 5 odds, which means you lose money. Or you can take the over and have 10 to 11 odds, which means you also lose money. I don't know why you would take this bet. I guess it's fun. But that is the question. Matt, over or under?
Oh, this is the easy one. I'm definitely going. You got to go over.
You got to go over.
You got to go over. Everyone goes over for the singing of the national anthem.
Well, and what's really interesting is, and I read this, I didn't do the research, but apparently it's very rare for Lady Gaga to sing the national anthem. She doesn't do it very often. Most artists, when they sing the national anthem at the Super Bowl, they've done it many times, and you can look back and watch their performances. Yeah. We can't do that here, so there's much less of a reference. So I think you're safer taking the over.
Yeah.
However, taking either bet will lose you money. So I don't know if I would necessarily recommend it.
Although, is it just me, or does 2 minutes and 14 seconds seem a little lengthy for the national anthem?
No,
I guess does that include all the applause and the introduction, or is it just like
I can tell you what it was last year. It was the over under was 122.5 seconds.
Okay, so just about that.
And that was I believe over. The year before that it was 225. So it's right in there.
Okay.
But it will be interesting to see.
Yeah. I think that's fair to say that's definitely going to be an over.
Yeah.
I'd be surprised if it wasn't.
What about you, Matt? You got a bet here you wanna take on?
I'm just gonna I want to do some more pregame stuff before we jump right into the coin toss, which I want to take a bet there. How about we do this one? All right, we'll do one for each quarterback. We'll start with Peyton Manning.
Sure.
Will Peyton Manning announce his retirement at any point during the broadcast? What are your thoughts on that?
Interesting. So let's set the stage here, right? It's a yes or no answer. If you bet yes, you have 5 to 1 odds, so you win $5 for every one you bet. If your answer is no, it is 1 to 10 odds, which means if you bet $10, you'll make $1. So, I will say no. Well, here we go. It depends on if they win the game. Is really my answer, which is kind of a BS answer, but it is my answer. Because if they win, I think he'll do it, and if they lose, I don't think he will. But if I have to put money down, I'm going to take the no, even though the bet is terrible, because it's just not the time or place to do it.
Yeah, see, that's why I'm going to say no. That's why I would take the no bet, because it's kind of unprecedented. I can't recall of any quarterback announcing their retirement because it kind of shifts the focus away from your team, and onto yourself,
which is the opposite
definitely
of
not.
Manning.
It's definitely not in Peyton Manning's character, exactly. No. So I'm going to say a definite no. He will not announce his retirement, even if that means he may, even if Denver wins, he may announce it, in the days and weeks to come. But I don't think it's the right platform for him to do that. And it's really not in his character, so I'm going to say no.
No, I agree. And to be honest, and this goes beyond the prop bet, but I think if he wins the Super Bowl, he plays another year.
You think if he wins, he plays another year?
I think if he wins, he has the motivation to play another year.
I'm going to take the opposite.
Take that? Are you going to take that?
If he wins, I think he's done.
Yeah, I think you think he's going out on top?
Done deal. I think that the only reason he rebounded the way he did is to come back and get that ring. If he loses, I think he'll be back another year. I think it's really going to be an all or nothing thing. I think he very much wants that second ring, and he hasn't gotten it. He's come really close twice, and now actually 3 times. So this is his third. He's figuring third time's a charm. If he gets it, I think he's done. I think his health and age really reflect that he is finished, and I think he knows that. But I think if he doesn't get it, he's the type of player that'll come back for another year to get it. I can even tell you where I think he's going to go.
Ooh, I love predictions. Go ahead. Where is he going to go?
He's going to go to the Jets, Sean.
No.
He's going to go to the New York Jets because, think about it, the New York Jets are a team that have all of the pieces right now, except for a franchise quarterback.
Except for a super old, crippled quarterback who can't feel his hands and can barely walk.
They did it.
Will have just lost the Super Bowl.
They did it with Brett Favre. Didn't they get Brett Favre for a season? They made the playoffs.
How many Super Bowls did they win?
They made the playoffs.
None.
They were in the playoffs with Brett Favre.
No, absolutely not.
They're a franchise that would pick up an aging quarterback who has experience winning Super Bowl rings.
Nope.
They would put them on their team and figuring that their defense is solid. Their receivers are big targets. I think it's going to happen.
Nope.
But unless of course Denver wins, which is the end of Peyton Manning's career.
No, I think if Peyton plays another year, honestly, I think it could be with the Broncos. I think if he loses, I don't think it's the Jets. I think it's a team with a lot of cash looking for attention, more so than to win, right? Sort of like Favre's later years. And some of these players who stick around. So, like now LA Rams, right? Moving to LA, their first season in Los Angeles. That would definitely be a seat filler. I would see a much more likely situation like that.
I don't know, Sean. I'm still holding out that he's going to go to the Jets. I think that, and it also presents what is a better market advertisement than Manning versus Manning and the Big Apple.
They barely play. Do they even play each other every year?
They don't. They play every 4 years.
Yeah,
but not that they would play each other, but just that they're there. Both of them are in the Big Apple.
Listen, nobody wants to go see old man Peyton Manning. I'm sorry.
Not that that's the biggest seller. The biggest seller is that he's Peyton Manning.
No.
And the Jets fans would love it. He would love it because he has a team around him that can get him back to the Super Bowl. I think regardless, I don't see him coming back to Denver.
I think that's fair. I think that's fair, and I think there's a good shot they ship him off. But I don't. Oh, you know what? Bam! I got it.
Yeah.
I will put a name on it. I will put a team name on it. You ready? New Orleans Saints.
No.
The Manning family has a history. The Manning family has a history in New Orleans and Louisiana.
Yeah.
They are a team who is flaky, I think, on Drew Brees, who they're paying too much. I could see them trading Drew Brees either to Denver or to somebody else and bringing in Peyton Manning. I don't know if Peyton. I think it makes sense.
They have a franchise tag on Drew Brees, don't they?
They don't have to. Not if he won't renegotiate his contract.
I don't think that's going to happen. I see Drew Brees retiring in a Saints jersey.
It's as likely as the Jets. Put it that way.
I don't think so.
Yep.
Anyways, well, we'll have to see.
We will. I love predictions.
It's still going to be
always wrong. If I predicted, it's wrong.
I think you had a better shot with the Rams, honestly. I could buy that
because that's a team with a lot of money who needs attention more. You can't go to LA and have a shitty season with a team nobody's ever heard of. Like, people going to line up to see Case Keenum? No, they're not. They're not. So, I think, or Nick Foles. So, I think bringing in Peyton would be huge for them, and Kroenke will spend the cash. So, because he's going to be expensive. That wouldn't surprise me either.
All right, we'll have to see how that plays out. Just for the record. He's going to the Jets if he doesn't win.
All right.
If he does win, he's retiring.
If he loses, he retires. I still stand by that.
All right.
He might retire either way. I mean, this just might be it. I don't know, but we'll see. But we did a Broncos bet. Now, do you have a Panthers bet for us?
Yes, I do. This bet was a little more entertaining, I think. What celebration will Cam Newton do in the end zone after he scores his first touchdown?
Interesting. So let's go through
and there's a couple of choices. Let's go through the choices. A solo dance, dance with teammates. Should I go through the odds as well? Yeah, let's go through the odds.
Yeah.
The solo dance has a 2-1 odds.
Yep.
The dance with teammates has 8-1 odds. Dunks on goalpost is 50-1. Runs to crowd and gives ball away 5-2.
Yeah.
Hands ball to official 40-1. Does the open shirt like Superman motion 11-1. And spikes ball 20-1. I kind of want to amend some of these actually. Now that I'm reading them. First off, I don't think he's going to dunk in the goalpost. That's
well, but that's why the odds are so. That's why the odds are so high.
That's why the odds are so high. So I want to eliminate that option there. He's not going to hand the ball to the official. It's almost a definite thing that he's going to give a ball to the. That's what he does.
No, I could see it happening.
It's a done deal.
The only way I see that the give it to the official would be if Cam, for some reason, decided he wanted to be Mr. I'm going to make a point, and this game is too important, and I'm going to stick to everybody who says I celebrate too much. I don't think he'll do it. I could see it happening.
He's not giving it to the official. No. I think he's definitely going to the crowd and giving it to a kid.
If you bet $10, you'd get $400 back.
That's true. But I think that's why the odds are so high. I don't think it's going to happen. However, I want to amend it a little bit. I want to kind of break up the dances solo one. I want to see what kind of dance is he going to dab? Yes or no?
Not when he scores the touchdown, no.
He won't score. Will he score? Will he dab with a teammate if the teammate scores a touchdown?
No. I think well, again, and I want to be very specific. This question is based on what he will do when he scores the touchdown first. The first motion he does.
First touchdown.
I could see him dabbing with a long first down that he ran.
Okay.
I could see him dabbing at some point in the game. I just don't think it's going to be.
You don't think it's
first
touchdown?
You have to remember, this is the first touchdown of the game. The first motion he does. I don't think you go. I think the dab is overdone. I think it's a been there, done that.
But he's really kind of made it famous, hasn't he? Though.
Oh, unequivocally.
It's become somewhat of his trademark. I'm
not going to argue
just as
that.
the Superman thing.
The chess Superman thing. Also, and I bet he does that on a long first down, but I don't think it's the touchdown celebration. I don't think it's big enough.
So, all right. But just to start out, is it going to be a solo or is it going to be with teammates?
So here's my problem with this question, right?
Yeah.
I want to know how you define dances with teammates, because Cam doesn't control his teammates. If Cam goes to dance and his teammates run up behind him,
that counts as dancing with teammates.
But see, I would say it doesn't, right? For me, dances with teammates has to be them all doing the same dance or some kind of choreographed dance.
Choreographed kind of dance. Okay, yeah, all right, that's fair.
If they all start dab and then it's okay dances with teammates. I don't think that'll happen, because I think
not on the first touchdown. I don't think.
I think Cam is. Well, but then the question is, who scores the first touchdown? Does Cam run it in, or does he throw it? Because he's going to have different celebrations, right?
It's true.
Because
I was thinking that too.
He's going to run up to the person with the ball who already has it. He won't have the ball. Although it says, what celebration will Cam Newton do first when he scores a touchdown?
So I think that implies that he runs it in.
Then if we're going with the running, I don't think it can be goes to the crowd and go to the crowd and give the ball away. He can do that anyway. I don't think that'll be his first motion. He will dance or celebrate before doing that.
I think both will occur. Right. I think he will give the ball to a fan.
Agreed.
And then he will dance. Or he will dance. Or will he dance and then give the ball to a fan?
I think he's going to dance first.
I think he's going to dance first. I think he's definitely going to dance first, and I think it's going to be the Superman. I'm going with the Superman.
You're going with the Superman? I disagree.
I'm going with Superman solo, and I think his teammates will join in, but I think that he will initiate the Superman dance solo.
I think he is going to. All right, and that's a good prediction. That's a fine prediction. I think he is going to. He's going to run it in. He's going to hold up the ball, and then he's going to do a dance with his teammates that is not the dab or the Superman. A dance to be named later. I don't know what it would be. It'll be, something with the...
So it's going to be choreographed. You think it's going to be choreographed?
I mean, I don't think it'll be like way planned and, won't be like,
no,
sync up on stage, yeah. But, doing the popping and the locking. But,
yeah.
But I do think they'll all do the same thing.
Yeah, okay.
And then he will take the ball.
And you don't think it'll be a dab?
And hand it. And I don't think it'll be the dab. He'll do the dab. I don't think it will be the first one.
He'll definitely do the dab in the game.
Because that's what he always does when he does the first down. Is he does the the first down with the arm.
Yeah.
So he'll do that probably even before he scores a touchdown. I just don't think that's his touchdown move. And we
can agree that he's giving the ball away.
He's giving the ball away, and he will not immediately take it and give it away. He will dance or celebrate.
Dance first. Yeah.
I don't think he will spike the ball. I don't think he will dunk on the goalpost. I don't think he'll hand it to the official. I really find those highly unlikely.
See, the spike. I think the spike is pretty likely, but
has he ever?
I'm still not betting on it.
Ever spiking it? Does he do that?
Yeah, he has in the past. It hasn't. It's not too common. Mm-hmm. But I don't think he'll do it on the first touchdown.
But that's what it is. Isn't that a move you do when you're frustrated, like in the third or fourth quarter, when you're like, yeah, fuck it, I got it,
Well, I mean, Gronk has kind of made a name of
right.
it. That's his signature thing to do in the end zone. Jimmy Graham, when he was on the Saints, would dunk it.
Yep.
I don't think Cam has ever dunked it, but he's definitely spiked it a few times. It's usually in close game situations. I think it's a close game situation when you're like, yeah. I did it. But I don't see it as a first touchdown.
First quarter, no.
It's not a first quarter move.
But now that you mentioned the spike and the dunk, the dab the dab and the Superman are both his signature moves. So yeah. I think I'm going against the odds by picking a third move to be named later. I think you're smart taking the Superman. I'm going to stick with mine.
Yeah, like you said, I like your theory. The dab is definitely a first down or successful down move rather than a touchdown move. The touchdown move, I think it's going to be a Superman or a dance to be named later, but I'm going with the Superman.
I agree. I'm writing these down so that way we can come back and prove what we said. I don't want us to sneak out of any of our bets we made, because that wouldn't be very nice. I don't think anyway.
Right. I don't think so at all. Thank you for keeping track. So now that that's being said,
yes.
When Cam Newton scores his first touchdown,
yes,
he takes the ball and he gives it to a fan. Will that fan be a boy or a girl?
I don't feel comfortable making this bet, really, to be honest. I think there are too many factors. Because I don't think...
Now, interestingly enough, you would think the odds would be 50-50 on a bet like this.
No, I don't think so.
They're not.
I believe the odds.
They're actually, I think it looks like it's 50-50 for boy and 3-2.
Yeah.
It's 3-2 for a girl.
Yeah.
So it's much less. Well, I guess that makes sense because less girls go to football games.
No. The odds are better. You make more money if you bet girl. So they think a girl is
make more
likely.
money, but it's less likely. Right. So fewer girls go to football games, I guess, is the implication.
But my question is, right, okay. So let's say you're at Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte, right? You've got kids lined up at the end zone ready for the touchdown. But at Super Bowl 50 in Santa Clara, are there going to be kids... When seats are like 10,000 apiece, are there going to be kids at the end zone able to accept a football from Cam Newton?
I think so.
I don't even know how if the field is designed in a way to allow that.
Kids with rich parents or kids that won some kind of contest.
But are there seats and ledges close enough to the players where they can get access to the fans? I don't even know Levi's Stadium. I don't think I've watched a single game there all year because the 49ers suck.
I don't either. I mean, it's a football stadium. I don't think that it's inaccessible.
No, but
if Cam wants to give the ball to a fan, he's going to give the ball to the fan.
What I'm saying is if it's particularly far away or particularly high up or there aren't kids, I just think there are too many unknown factors here. Now if we were making this bet for a Panthers home game,
yeah,
I would say I would actually take the better bet and actually make some money on betting a girl. Because that's who he tends to give it to.
Yeah, because the betting on the boy would lose you money.
Right. And I would go with that because I just think that's the kind of thing Cam Newton's going to do. But I also, again, I don't. How does he pick? Does he just pick the first person he sees? Is there?
I don't think there's really any rhythm to it. I think he pretty much just goes. He always goes with the fan in a Carolina jersey, so he knows that it's a Panthers fan he's giving the ball to.
And he rarely, by the way, he rarely gives the ball away in away games. He does, but not nearly as much as he does at home.
Yeah, I mean, I have definitely seen him give the ball away in away games, but even then, he'll find a fan in the Panthers jersey.
You know what? And I'll even one up that. And I don't know this for a fact, but I would bet game balls in a Super Bowl are at some point auctioned off or sold for a lot of money. I don't think they'll want Cam Newton giving them away, and I think they will be dissuaded from doing that.
But Cam Newton is Cam Newton. Do you think he'll listen to that? I don't know.
So here we go. So this is my bet, okay?
Okay.
I'm going to say Cam does not give the ball away to a kid. But if he does, I will I'm going to take the better odds, which means it's less likely to happen, which is to give it to a girl.
Yeah.
What do you say? Do you think he'll do it? And if he does, who's he going to give it to?
I think he'll do it, and I think he'll give it to a boy. I'm going with the typical thing. For me, is it going to be a Carolina fan, or is he going to give the ball to a Broncos fan, or is he going to give it to someone who's not geared up, as they say, again, just a fan?
Are there going to be 50 kids from him to choose from, or are there going to be like 2?
Right. It's a Super Bowl game. I think he's going to find a kid. I think he's going to give it to him. Should we just make that bet? Because you don't seem to think he's going to give the ball to a kid.
No, if he does give a ball to a kid, I think it will be a Panthers fan or a nondescript fan.
That's a girl.
That's a girl. Yes, I don't think he'll do it. If someone is clearly a Broncos fan, I don't think he'll do it.
No,
but if
I agree.
That person's wearing no gear, I think he would still do it.
I think he's giving the ball to a Panthers fan who's a boy.
All right, and I think he is not going to give the ball, but if he does, it will be to a girl that is either a Panthers fan or a nondescript fan.
Now, this bet is specifically for the first touchdown.
So if he doesn't give it away on the first touchdown, but he does on future touchdowns, it doesn't count.
He could it's only going to count on the first touchdown because he could theoretically give the ball away every touchdown, and if he scores a lot of touchdowns, which depending on what you think is likely or not. I think So I think we should confine the bet to the first touchdown.
Fine. I've got no problem with that because I think my opinion still stands. I've got no problem with that.
Yeah, and this is a pretty fair bet, I think.
Oh, I absolutely think it is.
All right, so I'm going boy, Carolina jersey. You're going nondescript or Carolina girl.
Yes.
I think that's pretty fair. Yes.
Now, Matt, I want to do a couple of quick bets here, where you don't get to choose from a number of options. It's either it will happen or you don't bet. Okay?
All right.
I've got 3 of them here, and they're relatively long shots. You'll make some money betting on these, right? The first being, will the game be delayed by a power outage? Now, you may remember the Super Bowl in 2013 at the Superdome when they lost power for, 20, 30, 40 minutes in the middle of the 49ers-Ravens game. God, the Ravens were awful. Oh, I can't believe they won the Super Bowl. They sucked.
Yeah, both teams were pretty embarrassing.
That was not a great year.
To be honest, yeah.
But the power outage was awesome. Let's be honest.
The power outage was pretty great.
That was like the best part of the game.
Beyonce, but no.
And what's amazing is you can bet that the game will be delayed by a power outage with 17-1 odds, which means for every $1 you bet, you win 17 back. Now, quickly, Matt, do you think would you put? Let's say you had $100 real dollars of yours. Would you put it down on this? Now, you could win $1,700.
Right.
Do you think this is likely to happen?
No, absolutely not. Not in this Super Bowl. I would if it were held in another location, but this is a brand new stadium we're talking about. It was just recently built, 2 or 3 years ago?
Oh yeah.
No, wasn't it?
This is its inaugural season. That's why they're
its
playing
first season, right. So it was built. The construction was started 2 or 3 years. It's built this season. It's brand new. I do not, and it's in Santa Clara,
Santa
right?
Clara, yeah.
Santa Clara. No, I don't see the unless there's some kind of freak natural disaster. I don't see the power going out.
Matt, I'm going to take the odds, and here's
I
why.
knew you would.
For every reason you say a brand new stadium wouldn't lose power, I think that's the exact reason a brand new stadium would lose power. This stadium has more wires in it than any other stadium in the NFL. There is a huge margin of error at a stadium that has never been tested like this.
Yeah,
So,
I think that's fair.
I think there is going to be some amount of power outage. It doesn't say,
Okay.
now it says the game will be delayed by a power outage. Now it could be small, it could be big. It has to actually delay game action for some length of time.
Right.
I think that's entirely plausible, and I'll take the odds on that.
Yeah, I definitely don't think that you're a crazy person for taking this bet. I think it's as I was saying that it's a new stadium. I in the same breath, I was also thinking that it's logical that the power could go out. It's untested, all that. However, I just think that the people who built the stadium know what they're doing.
I hope.
They're experienced tech people, tech pros.
Absolutely.
It's Santa Clara. It's
honest,
California, tech capital of the U.S. So I just don't think it's going to happen.
I think there's a better chance of something else causing a game delay, weather or the clock goes out or somebody gets a concussion and breaks their neck on the field. I don't know, but
yeah,
I think power is one of the least likely, but I'll take those odds. But what about this, Matt?
Or a streaker.
Or a streaker. We haven't had one of those in a while. I think we should bring that back. Coldplay tragically falls to their death during the halftime show. Matt, 15-1 odds. Will there be an earthquake during the game? Now, of course, this is in California, Earthquake Central. You may, of course, remember the famed World Series earthquake 27 years ago that shook Candlestick Park, the old stadium. What do you think the odds are? Would you take 15-1 odds that there would be an earthquake during the game?
For my money, I still wouldn't take those odds.
You're still not going to take it.
I would say no. Now it's not 1988 anymore. So I think we have the technology to predict these things before they happen. I haven't heard anything of any sort of Richter scale predictions or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't think it's going to happen. I'm going to say no. For my money, I can put that on. I can put my money on better bets.
I agree, and I'm going to say no as well. Just simply for the reason that I just think the odds are too long. I just think it's too improbable that it would just happen to happen during the 4 hours the earthquake is happening or the game is happening. I just find that so unlikely. That I don't even think 15-1 is worth it. I think it's funnier that you actually have. They say it's more unlikely that there would be a power outage than an earthquake, which is weird to me because I would think that'd be way more likely.
Yeah.
But Matt, I got one more long shot bet for you, okay? 15-1 odds. You can win $150 for your $10 bet. Will Left Shark make an appearance on stage during the halftime show? Now, you may remember Left Shark from Katy Perry's performance last year at the Super Bowl where he was doing the this thing with the arms. This year, of course, Coldplay and Beyonce will be performing. Do you think Left Shark makes an appearance on stage during the halftime show?
No way. There's going to be no Left Shark in sight.
You say no way. You sound pretty confident in that.
No way. Unless you swim out into the bay out in San Francisco, I don't think you're going to be seeing Left Shark anywhere near this event. I think that the occurrence of Left Shark humiliated the NFL last year. As much of a fan favorite as he was, and he became a huge meme sensation after that. The fans responded really well to it, but I think the NFL was embarrassed by it. And
really?
Katy Perry was embarrassed by it.
No, I don't think so. I thought that was the point. That they wanted Left Shark to get attention. How was that embarrassing?
I thought it was just a choreographer who just didn't know his moves.
No, I think they were supposed to do that.
I think that was intentional.
Oh, absolutely. 100%. 100%.
Didn't seem intentional. I don't know.
But you
All
don't
I'm going to
think?
say is I don't think he's going anywhere near that.
No.
However, that being said, it is the 50th Super Bowl, and of course they're doing a lot of
Pulling out
special
all the
things for
stops.
this. Pulling out all the
Oh my
stops, and
God! Why didn't they do a best of halftime show?
that's what they were actually originally going to do. That
Oh, that would have been
that was their
so
original
good.
plans, or at least like as early as over the summer. Their plans for the halftime show were going to be a best of halftime show, but they wound up not getting the contracts to a lot of artists that they wanted,
That
and it
sucks.
fell through. So they went with we got Coldplay and Beyonce,
Yeah. Lame.
but no Left Shark.
No Left Shark. Yeah,
No Left Shark.
I would love to see Left Shark. I think it would be amazing if they did that, but I don't think they're going to do that. And the number one reason is, I think if they had a different pop act, I think they might. I just don't think Left Sharks makes sense with Beyonce and Coldplay. That is not Left Shark genre, right? The reason Left Shark was fun was because Katy Perry's fun, right? And poppy and with the bright colors, and that's not Coldplay and Beyonce. I mean, not even close. So, as much as I would like to see it, I don't think it's going to happen. Which is weird because I think it's going to be more likely there will be a major power outage than this happening. But
Yeah. And it's kind of a shame too, because this is actually a pretty good venue for Katy Perry. She has California Girls.
oh yeah, she was so
She has
good.
a lot of West Coast songs and
Matt, do
stuff.
you have an artist you would? Are you happy with Coldplay, Beyonce? Or
I'm very happy with Coldplay.
Yes.
I'm very happy. Coldplay has I mean, since I was in high school, I loved Coldplay. One of my favorite bands of all time. Definitely in my top 3 favorite bands. Not bands that I think are amazing, but just favorite bands. Just favorite bands. I have all of their albums. I do have all of their albums, except for the most recent one, which I haven't checked out yet. But yeah, no, I'm thrilled that Coldplay is in the Super Bowl, and I think that all the haters are going to be changing their tune after this halftime show. So I'm super excited for Coldplay. And Beyonce on top of that, I think she did an awesome job in 2013. Beyonce's always fun.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't heard the song that she collabs with Coldplay. I'm kind of saving that for the Super Bowl to listen to for the first time. I'm sure it's awesome because Coldplay is awesome and Beyonce is awesome. So I think it's going to be an awesome show.
Yeah, my only concern is I just want to know what the spread is going to be from old stuff to new stuff. You know, what I liked about Katy Perry and some of these bands is they just do their greatest hits for an hour, and I'm on board. Actually, it's not even an hour. It's less than, it's like 10 minutes. But I'm on board with that.
Now, this sounds like the makings of a bet.
Oh, okay.
Doesn't it?
How
Doesn't
would you phrase that bet?
What my bet that I'd like to make for the halftime show?
Yes.
What song does Coldplay perform first, and what song do they perform last?
I don't know enough about Coldplay to really make that bet.
But you know, I think you know their hits though. You know Clocks. You know this. You probably know the sign.
Yellow and Trouble.
Yellow?
But I know all their old stuff. I don't know any of their new stuff. After
I think
Viva La
they'll pull
Vida,
out their
I know
old stuff.
nothing.
Viva La Vida. Yeah, I don't know too many of their. I know.
But here's a bet I would make.
Yeah.
Right. So if you look at the list of their albums, right, you've got Parachutes,
Mm-hmm.
A Rush of Blood to the Head, X and Y, Viva La Vida, Milo Xyloto, Ghost Stories, and then A Head Full of Dreams, which is their new one.
Yeah.
I would put the over-under at Viva La Vida. Do you think they play more songs before that album, before that album, or more songs from after that album? And we'll include Viva La Vida on both ends.
I would say the majority of their songs will be after Viva La Vida.
See, I'll take the opposite. I think
Good.
they're going to play more old stuff.
Interesting.
In terms of quantity, in terms of number of songs, I think they'll play more old stuff.
I think they're playing more of their new stuff.
All right. I'll
So I
take
think
that.
The Coldplay image has kind of been reinvented, at least since Milo Xyloto. And you kind of saw it with Viva La Vida a little bit. They get to be a lot more like chamber, like...
But again, a Super Bowl... this is not a Coldplay concert. This is the halftime show. At a Coldplay concert, yes. At a halftime show, no. It's your greatest hits performance. You have to do it.
Or is the halftime show promoting your newest album and promoting your newest stuff. So because you want people to buy your newest stuff because you kind of figure that they know about your old stuff
But
already.
I think just
They've been around for a
people,
while.
I think just reminding people how great Coldplay is enough to sell albums.
I think they're definitely going to play some old songs. I think guaranteed you got Clocks on the list for sure because that's the one everyone knows. For guaranteed, I think you got Speed of Sound because that was a pretty big one.
I think
and Viva La Vida is
Viva
also
La Vida.
a guarantee.
Yeah, they'll do that.
Paradise also a guarantee.
Yeah, but how many songs does a halftime show get to perform?
I think they're going to open with Paradise. That's my prediction.
Oh, okay, that's interesting.
Paradise is going to be their opening song. And then I think they're going to end with Fix You is going to be their finale. Fix You was the song from, I think it was from correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it was from X and Y.
Every song you've named have been from albums before Viva La Vida.
Right. I think they're going to play them, but I think in between, I think that's all going to be new stuff. I think it's all going to be new stuff because they're not going to start out with Beyonce. Beyonce is not coming out until like the
But
third
I think they're going to end with her, and it may be an old song of theirs they bring her in on. But I think they end with some of their newer poppy or kind of louder stuff.
Okay.
Maybe Paradise. I think they end in Paradise.
You think they're going to end with Paradise?
Yeah, because I think it's a little more exciting than.
It's kind of tame though. I think. Like it's a good intro song.
Coldplay is tame though. Let's be real here. I mean,
but even for Coldplay, I think Paradise is pretty tame.
I'm not ready to put a bet down on what specific.
Paradise is like a build up song.
Yeah,
and then you got a song like Speed of Sound is for Coldplay. That's the exciting song. That's like their rock and roll hard stuff.
All right. Yeah, I'm fine with that.
So all right. So you're gonna do pre.
I'm gonna take the under. I'm gonna say Viva La Vida and lower. You're gonna say Viva La Vida and higher.
Yeah.
And we'll both get Viva La Vida. All right. Yeah, I like that bet. I'm so on board.
Yeah, I like that bet too. Now as for Viva La Vida, I don't see a lot of songs from that album besides the titular song being played.
No, I only picked it because it was right in the middle.
I think you're just going to get Viva La Vida.
Yes, and we'll both get it. So
but we'll both get it, yeah.
Because that means I get X and Y, A Rush of Blood to the Head, and Parachutes.
They could open.
You get Milo Xyloto, Ghost Stories, and A Head Full of Dreams.
Yeah.
I'm so going to crush you.
Which are actually, yeah. I mean, I hope you're right on this bet. Because I like those songs a lot better. But I think that in a Super Bowl performance, I think you're marketing your newest stuff, not your backlog.
I think the exact
you're not
opposite.
Marketing your backlog.
In a Super Bowl performance, you are doing the backlog. That is the point of being a Super Bowl halftime performer.
I don't think that's the point. I think the point is I think that's the point if you're an artist that has not been around for a couple years and is just like reemerged. I think that
I'll give you credit
Coldplay's been around.
But the reason I think they picked Coldplay this year, and it's unusual, is because they have a new album and they're on tour. But you think Katy Perry last year, she didn't have any new music.
Right.
And you think, who was it the year? Bruno Mars, he wasn't pushing a CD at the time.
Right, so I think they're doing it for different reasons then.
Right.
I think Coldplay's doing it for different reasons than the other.
And I think that is your advantage in this, is that if that's the reason, then they will play the newer stuff.
It's all going to come down to whatever motivates them.
It's a tough bet, but I'm going to stand by mine because I like it.
I like this bet.
It's a good one.
We'll see.
All right, Matt, I've got one for you since we bet on the... Oh, you can actually... Oh, all right, hang on. There actually are odds on which song they play first. Would you like to hear them?
Yes.
All right, so you've got... Let's see, do some quick math in my head here. So the most likely song, they say... Adventure of a Lifetime, which I guess must be one of their new ones.
That's their new. That's like they're from their brand new album.
Yes.
Yeah.
Then, so from most likely to least likely, then it's Viva La Vida.
Mm-hmm.
Then it's Fix You.
Yep.
Sky Full of Stars. Speed of Sound. Head Full of Dreams. Paradise. Clocks.
So I think that for those ones you just listed, you have a one song advantage. I think there's one song. There's one more song.
Right. But those are also the ones listed least likely, by the way.
Yeah.
Paradise, Clocks, Speed of Sound are all 15-2, 9-1, 10-1. So not great. But they really think Adventure of a Lifetime is going to kick it off. So It's gonna be interesting.
See, I haven't heard that song yet.
Now I actually got to pay really close attention to the halftime show.
Yeah, but my prediction, I think they're opening with Paradise. I think they're closing with Fix You.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm noting this, so you're gonna have to live up to it. All right, I've got 2 more weird bets for us. The first being, Matt, you know the famous sports tradition, the Gatorade shower for the winning team. They pick up the big cooler, they carry it over, and they dump it on the coach, which I actually think is a terrible tradition because the coach is all wet and they have to do the interviews, and it's kind of silly. But did you know you can actually bet on what color the Gatorade is they dump on the coach? So how about this? Here are the odds for you. Most likely is pretty close between orange and blue. And then continuing from most to least likely, clear, or I guess water, yellow, red, green, and purple. Green and purple being the least likely. You got 10 to 1 odds on that. Any theory?
I like yellow.
You like
yellow? Yellow enough?
Yellow, 4 to 1 odds.
I'm taking yellow. I think it's going to be yellow. Or orange is a close second, but I think it's going to be yellow.
My question is, and actually I'm going to look back. You can actually, I don't know if he's, all right, I'm going to look. Anyway, what's interesting to me is, are they going to be clever enough to give the Broncos orange and the Panthers blue? Because it's entirely possible.
I don't think I can't remember that I mean, like, maybe I haven't paid much attention, but I don't think that the Gatorades have matched the teams in the past. I think it's just been whatever color they have on stock.
Lying around. And then the second question is, historically, and I don't know the answer, but historically, has it been colored or has it been water? Right.
Right.
That I don't know.
Well, historically, I don't know.
So I looked, and I can't seem to find the historical evidence. So you think it's going to be yellow. I'm going to put it down at... For some reason, red sounds right to me. And I don't know why. I feel like I've seen them dump that color.
That's fair. Yeah, I've seen them dump red, I think.
I don't...
all right, so you're going to go red. I'm going to go yellow.
Yes, and I think if I had to pick a second, it'd probably be orange, but we don't get to pick
orange
seconds.
is going to be both our seconds.
Gatorade made with real gators.
Gator juice.
Gator juice. All right, and then I've got one more bet that I want us to take here. And that is, and this is another one of those all-time classic Super Bowl prop bets, right? They have this one every year. Who will the Super Bowl MVP mention first in their speech?
Yes.
God, their team, the city and their fans, the coach, their family, or, interestingly enough, none of the above, which is you can actually bet on the none of the above option. Now, God and team both have 2 to 1 odds, and they are the most likely, with family being the least likely.
Yeah.
Now, of course, I think we know who the MVPs are likely to be, right? It would be Cam Newton or Peyton Manning, depending on how the game went. Could you imagine if the Broncos lose, but Peyton has a great performance? You think they'd give him the MVP? Because you can give it to the losing team. It's happened before, very rarely.
Also, especially with the expectation that this might be his last season.
Yeah.
It's highly likely.
I mean, unless...
It's highly, highly likely.
Cam would have to have a pretty mediocre day.
Yeah.
That's the problem. If it were any other quarterback...
But you have to remember, I don't think the NFL loves Cam Newton as much as they love Peyton Manning.
But if Cam Newton, by the way, which is entirely possible, breaks the Super Bowl running record.
No, they'll have to give it to him.
You have to give it to him. But I think if he just has a mediocre day and Peyton plays well, win or lose, I think you're right. I think he wins it.
Yeah. I think it's entirely possible that Peyton might win the MVP without winning the game. But
let's say Peyton or Cam win. Who do they mention first? Who do you think?
I think this is a pretty easy one. I think it's going to be God for either one. I think Peyton and Cam are both very humble, very religious guys. Even though that Cam might showboat or whatever, I think that either, when it comes down to it, I'm going to say God for either one of them. It's going to be God, and then it's going to be followed by team.
I'm going
But
to.
first, it's going to be God.
I'm going to split. I'm going to split. I don't think they're going to do the same thing. So I'm going to play separate bets. I think if Cam Newton wins, I think he mentions God. I think if Peyton Manning wins, I think he mentions team.
Okay.
I
Interesting, because I was actually going to make the opposite bet.
Oh.
But I decided at the end of the day, I think they're both going to go with God.
I think saying God first is pretty cliche, and I don't think it's the kind of thing you do in your MVP speech. I'd see Cam more likely doing it, but I do think team is very likely. So that would be my split.
Okay.
Matt, do you have any other bets you want us to get to?
I had
just about all of them.
We did, but there was maybe it was that bet. Let's see. Oh, how many times will they show the Golden Gate Bridge?
Oh, that was a good one. Yeah, B-roll footage. The over-under is a half, so it's basically will they or won't they?
Yeah. Oh, obviously they will. It's just a matter of how many times, I think.
We didn't get to it. I did like, will CBS officiating and analyst Mike Carey, how many times will he be wrong about a challenge, which he's kind of famous for being not great?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good one too.
But the odds are awful.
Yeah. So, who's going to score first?
Who's going to score first? I'd say Carolina. And the odds agree with me.
Yeah. Just for the argument's sake, though.
You'll say Denver.
I'm going to go ahead and say Denver, and that's score first. So it could be a field goal.
Could be a safety.
Or it could be a safety. Yeah.
Could be a picked off 2-point conversion, ran the field back for 2 points.
Could be a return kick.
Could be anything.
Yeah. Could be a drop kick from 30 yards out.
It's a Super Bowl. Anything can happen.
It's the Super Bowl. And then I think we got to go with the classic bet, the coin toss. We didn't go to the coin toss. I
think that's a great one to end on. They give it obviously 50-50 odds. It's actually -105, which means if you bet which is 20 to 21 odds, which is stupid. So if you bet $1 and you win, you get 95 cents.
So you lose.
You lose. So it's basically even odds.
Yeah.
Which makes sense. You're flipping a coin. But what do you say, Matt?
I'm going tails.
You're going tails. All right.
I'm going tails. It's going to be tails.
Any particular reason?
No. Just a wild guess. Tails never fails.
See, my question is, will they have to reflip like they did in the other playoff game? Did you see that?
Oh, with the Patriots?
Yeah.
No, I don't think that's going to happen. That was a freak thing.
I'm sure they're going to be very sure to really give it a good flip. I'll take heads. I mean, it doesn't really make sense for us to take the same one, right?
Yeah, I figured you would just take the opposite. Fun stuff. All
right, but Matt, what do we get if one of us is going to win, right? What do we get if we win? We got something on the line here. What do we wager on?
What's on the line?
What's on the line?
Would you like a earbuds?
I think all right.
Non-script company that I cannot name.
All right. How about this? Right, because it's football, and you are a New York Giants fan, correct? No, Jets fan.
New Orleans Saints fan.
You told me you weren't a Saints fan anymore. I'm so confused.
I don't hear you.
I'm so confused. Matt, please just tell me who you're a fan of.
Sometimes, you know what, Sean? Sometimes I say things about certain teams when I get frustrated about the way that they're managed or the way that they play on the field, but I don't mean them.
Can you please just tell me?
I can confirm
that you are a fan of the New Orleans Saints.
I am a New Orleans Saints fan.
All right, and I am I don't know if you can. I'll do my best Cam Newton Superman here, with my New England Patriots. So here's what I think. I think the loser on next week's show has to have a graphic on screen below them that, in your case, would say Matt Mariani, Patriots superfan, and underneath me it has to say Sean Jennings, Saints superfan.
No, it has to say Giants superfan.
I don't. Oh, all right. I'll do it. I'll do it.
Indeed.
I'll do it.
I
There
think
may be a
that,
little
that's
asterisk at the end, but I
fair
will do it.
punishment.
Yeah, I'm on board. We'll have to really live up. So you better hope that
All
this
right.
goes well. We got a lot of bets here, so we'll see how that turns out, and you'll have to tune in next week to find out more.
We will see how that turns out.
Yeah, you'll have to tune into the Super Bowl. I'm sure it won't be hard to find on your television because everyone will be watching it.
Of course.
And we will be back next week with another episode. Episode 44. Of course, you can go to our website, upfordebate.tv. It's sweet, it's purple, and it's awesome. And we have all of the past episodes there. And you can click the links button, and it shows you all of the places you can subscribe to the show, all the places you can follow us on social media at upfordebatetv. You can check that out as well. Yeah, that's basically it. Of course, I want to remind folks, GameNights.tv, the show Matt and I do with Colby and Dan playing Dungeons & Dragons. We just had an awesome couple hours last night, I thought. It was a ton of fun. And those will be going up in the coming weeks, so you should subscribe at GameNights.tv for that. Matt, anything else for the fine folks at home before we retire?
I think that either way, whatever team wins, it's going to be a good game. I think it's going to be a close game. And we can at least bank on the fact that it's going to be better than the Seahawks-Broncos nightmare.
Yes, well, I hope. For a second there, Matt, I thought you were going to do a bunch of football cliches. You know, I think the team who wins it is going to be the team who wants it more. And they've got to go out there. They got to play their hearts out.
They got to score those touchdowns.
It's who wants it the most.
The defense has got to be on.
Yeah. If they don't want to play, they can just go home.
You just got to pack it up. Got to go home because this is the NFL. This is the not the Pop Warner League.
Yeah.
This is the big boys. Got to go home.
Came to play. They came to win. Didn't fly all the way out there just to goof around.
That's right. They want that Vince Lombardi trophy.
It all came down to this.
They want a place in Camden forever.
That's right. And
Canton.
so on and so on and so on.
All the football cliches.
That's exactly right. Thanks, everybody, for joining us. This has been Up for Debate. On behalf of Matt, this is Sean. We're going to conclude, but I guarantee we will see you next time for more Up for Debate.